Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. The 7 judges of Supreme Court are making a declaration. We don't have powers to initiate removal of IEBC commissioners or the chairperson. But the same judges are also however acknowledging that there is a preposition that gives chairman of the independent commission, IBC, exclusive autonomy on declaration of the presidential results, but is only acknowledging the input of the other 6 commissioners at the level of results declaration, at the levels of results verification. What are we talking about here? I have gone through the 133 pages Supreme Court verdict. I've perused, and of course I cannot tell you that I've read the whole of it. I think I've done now 20 pages since I received it. And of course I was just receiving bit by bit. And these are just reports that I've also been receiving from different media outlets that are now trying to summarize. And of course, most subscribers here were asking us to summarize. So tonight, we are going to do more videos on this so that Kenyans have an understanding. Now, the same Supreme Court judges in that full verdict are acknowledging a breakdown of the corporate discipline at the commission. That indeed there is a breakdown of between the roles of secretariat and the commission, and what really each staff of IBC brings on table as far as election matters are concerned. And there is something that I'm seeing from just that part, that this verdict, or the apex court, which was put in the constitution, which was actually an institution that was supposed to help to mediate presidential results amongst other cases, is not serving its purpose fully, because it seems not to look at the political relevance of IEBC as a key custodian and a key player in the national transition elections. The 7 commissioners at IBC, with both the secretariat and with the secretariat, are key elements and key players that decides who becomes the next president. Because while the sovereign power is with the people and the voter is supposed to decide at the polling station, but the commission is the institution that processes the voters' will to produce the next government. And I'm saying this because it should worry, it should actually worry many that the Supreme Court verdict do not have the constitution, not even the verdict, or the judiciary, let's say the courts, do not have a space in actually putting the commission on, holding the commission accountable. One thing I think is missing, and that's what I want us to look at, is that the mediator, the election mediator, is lacking powers, either intentionally or not just there in the law, to put the commission accountable. And I'm saying that we have a commission that cannot be punished. I want to tell you why. You know, do you know the process? Let me take you through the process of removing commissioner or the chairman. And deliberately, both the 2017 pointed out on glaring issues. And of course, it was in public that David Maraka took an issue with the fact that there were administrative flaws and clerical errors and breach of law at the commission that might have affected the final results, and that's why the election was cancelled. So at that moment, still the Apex Court could not go after individuals, and we went for a rerun with the same commission, and a candidate withdrew. Now we are, and it's now drawing good parallels with 2022, where we are now upholding, we are not calling an election, but even after upholding, we are giving the commission a clean bill. However, I want us to put a visit. I want us to do a visit. The process of removing a commissioner is political in its nature. Because someone will have to go and petition in parliament. The parliament, probably the Legal and Justice Affairs Committee may look down on the relevant committee, will sit down and table a report in parliament. Then when parliament approves, the same will be sent to the president. The president, in his own powers, there is a stipulated law, come up with a task force, not a tribunal, to investigate the said commissioner or the said chairperson of the commission. Then from there, that tribunal will send a report to the president, upon which the president will act on it. Tell me, those three steps, it only tells you that the fate of the election mediator lies in the hands of the sitting president. That is why the process is political. And you do not expect, for example, let's just do a good example. The reason why people are wondering why Wafula Chebukati will have the audacity to just announce results and to know things move on is because he knew very well that even if things are to go wrong and already William Ruto is the president, even if he's to be caught on the law, his fate will lie on the president. And the president already has the majority in parliament, so he can always have his way. So what are we dealing with? I am saying that in future we might not find solution. Kindly subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell and also like our video. Guys, this is something that should worry many people. And I want to tell you why this should worry you. But before I look at that, I want to still remind you about scholarsbean.com, education website that allows you to sell and buy education materials, that is books and school uniforms and so on and so forth. Use the link to sign up, and those who had also signed up, we're also reaching out to you that you post an ad and of course interact with the website so that people who are coming there can find something. We have children that are really yearning for education, and because of lack of these materials they cannot achieve that dream. But through Scholars Bean, it's a solution that helps you to sell and buy education material at a price of your own wish. So just sign up, get an email. You'll get an email in your email address, approve, verify your account, make the profile, then we'll post the ad. Now, I want to ask some questions. This is the questions that should worry you. What happens when we have an nullification that is brought by commissioners' open breach of law? For example, this is the situation where the court is finding out that a chairman who had all the powers announced results that are not the final results, announced his own results. Here, we have a situation where the court is saying we don't have the powers. Should there be a direct link, maybe if this will need a constitutional review, in which the Supreme Court bench can find a judge, just like other courts of appeal, high courts normally find people guilty or not, can actually find someone committed an offense and initiate that process of making the commission accountable. Why? Because this will help to insulate the process from political influence. We have a commissioner and commissioners that are politically protected, and political parties. And of course, when political parties initiate such processes, they erode in politics and in propaganda, and politics takes center stage. But a situation where Supreme Court can say that, look here, yes, we are nullifying this, and also it will help to avoid a situation where someone is saying, the person who snatched my victory cannot be again standing for my education and for my election. That is one of the grounds where even Supreme Court will fear nullifying an election. Because you nullify, the aggrieved party will complain that the person who stole my victory cannot stand in for my election. So without a direct link or a direct autonomy by the court to have power to initiate such a process, I don't think we're doing that. Because we have a chairman and a commissioner. This is no longer about Raila Odinga and Wafula Chebukati. It's more because now we are talking about progressive. Now, how does Supreme Court then strengthen our institutions? This is a question. We've touted the verdict as progressive, there is peace and that. But how do you strengthen? Because what they've said there is just a proposal, which someone has to take it or not. For it to be executed, it needs a goodwill. And for that goodwill to be, it must be devoid of political influence. So, guys, how is then that verdict then? How is the court strengthening our institution? Or the autonomy of the court is limited to just determining a winner? Really? Then does it mean we only had this as an intervention to manage expectations and people's emotions, where their role is simply to decide that person X is the winner and person X is the loser? I don't find it qualitatively adding value. And this is because how then does petition a benefit? Okay, or a petition is just going there to realize he's not the winner and that ends there. Then I see from this, the courts are avoiding aiding constitutional reform movement from after giving a verdict, because sometimes they should say that, okay, after this election, this and this that happened, but I think we need to go and instruct so and so that we need to do this, so that it can gain that momentum. I see our Wafula Chebukati office that is protected in immunity, and I can say if this is not arrested, then transitions will be managed by politics. Because I announce you the president, you cannot fire me because the process still ends in your desk. That's my bold look.